lesson for Algebra 1, Lesson 41, equation of a line using point-slope form. Students will find the equation of a line using point-slope form. This type of lesson has been used, you may have learned it in middle school, you should have at least, okay? So, and if you don't know it, it's pretty easy, but you need to catch up and get it today, okay? So, here is a little background. So far I've taught you the slope-intercept form, which is y is equal to mx plus b. Okay, we know that m is your slope. Okay, this is your slope. Your b is your y-intercept. Okay, so these are the two things. Now, if you have a slope and you have a y-intercept, then you are good to go, right? So, but what happens if they only give you a slope and a point? Well, we could use this point-slope form. Or what happens if they give you 2 points? Well, you could still use this new form that I'm going to teach you today, okay? So if they give you a point and a point, then you can use this new form. Alright, so here are the steps. Hopefully you wrote them down. If you haven't, just pause it. Write them. Alright, here we go. Number 1 and 2, just watch me. Pencils down, pencils down. Okay, in this example, they gave us a slope of 1/2, and there's a point of 10, 2. Okay, so step 1 is already done. We don't have to figure out the slope, but step 2, you need to identify what m, x1, and y1 are. We know this is an x, this is a y, and then we know that m is equal to 1/2. x1 then would be, it's our only point is 10. y1 is 2. Okay, so we start off with the point-slope formula, which is y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Okay, so we input the, or we substitute the numbers we just identified. So it's y minus y1. y1 is 2. M is 1/2. Open parentheses times x minus x1. We said x1 is equal to 10. So it's x minus 10. Then we have to distribute it. This is, before I distribute, this is the point slope form, okay, of the line. So this you should recognize. You can multiply 1/2 now into each of these inside terms. This is called the distributive property. So it's going to be y minus 2. 1/2 times x is 1/2 x. 1/2 times negative 10 is negative 5. Okay. Add 2 to both sides. And you got y is equal to 1/2 x minus 3. And that's it for number 1. Okay. Again, the slope was given to us. You identify m, x1, and y1. Plug them into this formula. This formula you need to memorize. This is a formula you need to memorize. Then you plug them in. Distributive property, substitute, or distributive property, simplify, and then you get your answer. Okay? So we know that the slope is 1/2, and your y-intercept is negative 3. Now let's try another one. These are 2 points now. This is an x. This is a y. This is an x. This is a y. We don't know the slope. But since we have 2 sets of points, what you could do is use the slope formula. So y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. Okay. Which is equal to y2 is your 12, y1 is your 2, x2 is 3, x1 is 1. 12 minus 2 is 10, 3 minus 1 is 2, 10 divided by 2 is 5. So we know our slope is 5. Okay, we already know x1 is going to be equal to 1 and y1 is equal to 2. So we have all of our pieces of information, so now we just need to input it into the point slope form. Y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Okay, we know our y1 is equal to 2. So it's going to be y minus 2 is equal to our slope of 5 times x minus x1. x1 is 1. Yep. Okay, then we simplify, distribute the 5 into the parentheses, so it's going to be y minus 2 is equal to 5x minus 5. Add 2 to both sides, and you get y is equal to 5x minus 3. Okay? And that's it. So we just figured out the new equation. Okay? Now again, this is very important that you learn this. You're going to use this in algebra, and you'll use it in geometry, and you'll sometimes use it in algebra 2. And I even think in advanced math from there. So this is one of those things that it's kind of like one of these go-to things you should be able to do. Okay, so I'd like you to do. Let's have the 1s tell the 2s about number 1. 2s tell the 1s about number 2. Ready, set, go. Okay, so what I'd like you to do before we do number 3 is I want you to everyone look up here at number 1 again. Look at number 1 carefully on how to do number 1. Look at the steps quietly in your brain. Think about the steps on number 1. Look at number 1. Look at number 1. Look at number 1, okay? Here we go. Number 3 is just like number 1. Ready, set, go. Everyone's doing number 3 right now. You answer this one, don't erase it. In case you didn't get it, this is the answer. Y is equal to 4x minus 4. Okay? Number 4. This one is like number 2 in your notes. Okay, ready, set, go. And in order to do number 4, you need to start with this formula: y2 minus y1 is equal to x2 minus x1. Okay, start with this to find your slope. Okay? Okay, so let me help you out. This is your x1, y1. We already went through this before, by the way. x2, y2. You've done this for homework. y2 is negative 2. y1 is 2. x2 is negative 2. x1 is 6. Got negative 4 over negative 8. Negative 4 divided by negative 8 is 1/2. Okay, that's your slope. So if that's your slope, you know this is your m, and you know your x1 and y1. Give me the rest of the formula. Ready? Go. Okay. Here's your formula. Y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. We know that your y1 is 2, so it's going to be y minus 2 is equal to m. Your m we just figured out is 1/2 times x minus x2, which is, x6, right? So we got y minus 2 is equal to 1/2 x minus 3. And then we add 2 to both sides. So you got y is equal to 1/2 x plus or minus 1. So your answer is 1/2. Y is equal to 1/2 x minus 1. Okay, that's your final answer. And that's it. Okay, so again, you need to know this to find a slope of a line, or a equation of a line. Yeah, that's it.